Hello guys, She Loves God here. This video is about some of the most interesting quotes that I've heard from atheists and agnostics. And I just want to share them with you all, and I'm going to give a little commentary on each one perhaps. Some of them are just self-explanatory. And this is very interesting quotes from atheists. Alright, one is from Sam Harris. He's a doctoral student at Stanford and the atheist author of New York Times bestsellers, The End of Faith, and A Letter to a Christian Nation. And his quote is, "If I had a magic wand with which to eradicate either religion or race, I'd choose to eradicate religion." Interesting. If he could, if he had a magic wand in his hand, he said, how many women are being raped? I think every 16 seconds or 60 seconds a woman is raped. If he could stop that, either men in jail being raped, children are being raped, babies are being raped. And if he had a choice to eradicate religion, and of course he's referring to the Christianity religion, he would eradicate religion over race. Interesting. Next quote. Michael Ruse, professor of philosophy at Florida State University, says, "The God delusion makes me embarrassed to be an atheist." That was an international bestseller written by atheist Richard Dawkins. It was so poorly written, such poor logic, such poor content, that it made Michael Ruse embarrassed to be an atheist. Interesting. Next quote. This is from Scott A. Tran, atheist and professor of psychology. And this is with regards to Sam Harris's presentation at the Salk Institute. So I'm guessing Sam Harris had a presentation. And this is what an atheist and professor of psychology said. "I find it fascinating that among the brilliant scientists and philosophers at the conference, there is no convincing evidence presented that they know how to deal with the basic irrationality of human life, than to insist against all reason and evidence that ought to be rational and evidence-based. It makes me embarrassed to be a scientist and atheist." So that's interesting that Sam Harris and Richard Dawkins, two of the most popular atheists, make atheists embarrassed to be atheists. Interesting. All right, next quote. This is from Friedrich Nietzsche. He's an atheist philosopher when asked to describe existence without God. This is what he said. Without God, he's saying this: "We stray through an infinite nothing, with no up or down or left, with no up or down left. Lanterns must be lit in the morning hours and sacred games invented to take the place of religious ceremonies. A universal madness would break out when the truth of what mankind had done in killing God dawned on us." And Friedrich Nietzsche, he is one of Sam Harris's predecessors in the promotion of atheism over belief in God. He spent the last 13 years of his life in the darkness of insanity, while his godly mother watched over him by his bedside. He was insane. Atheism will do that to you. It'll drive you insane. And who watched over him? His godly mother. These are some very interesting quotes. It doesn't seem like a very hopeful or positive thing to be an atheist. Another quote. This is from Bertrand Russell, an atheistic philosopher. When he was asked for a scientific explanation of the universe, he says, and this is really deep, I want you to catch this. He said, "The universe is just there." That's the scientific explanation for the universe. It's just there. Atheistic philosopher. Now we have here, this is a quote from Stephen Jay Gould. He also called Haeckel's drawing of embryos the academic equivalent of murder, because Haeckel had drawn fake pictures, saying that he was so confident in his theory of embryology that he figured he didn't have to draw the embryos of different animals separately. Haeckel used the same woodcut to imprint embryos from different classes. You know how they have all this evolution stuff? Those little, you probably seen those little embryos, like little shrimp. Instead of actually drawing actual embryos found, he was just drawing his own imagination what it would look like, because he was so sure it was right. He didn't think he had to have the actual, realistic drawing of it. But this is what Stephen Jay Gould said. "We are here because one odd group of fishes had a peculiar fin anatomy that could transform into legs for terrestrial creatures. could come and struck the earth and wiped out dinosaurs, thereby giving mammals a chance not otherwise available. So think your lucky stars in a literal sense, because the earth never froze entirely during an ice age. Because a small and tenuous species arising in Africa a quarter of a million years ago has managed so far to survive by hook and by crook. We may yearn for a higher answer, but none exists. We cannot read the meaning of life passively in the facts of nature. We must construct these answers ourselves from our own wisdom and ethical sense. There is no other way. So just basically, make your own answers up. This is what atheism is doing. So those are the first few quotes. I don't want my camera to stop until my internet goes out. This is the first set of many. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments. Bye-bye.